What's good, guys? Big up to the chat. Big up, everybody. Guys, listen, the long awaited live. Yo, everybody smash up the likes. Yo, big up to the chat, by the way. Some people already through the door. Big up, bro. Big up, Barca Volume. Guys, smash up the likes. This is going to be a good one. You know what I'm saying? I already know it is. Big up, Segula. Big up, Zach. Big up, my guy, Only Barca. Guys, before we start, make sure to smash up the likes. It helps the algorithm, helps the channel grow. And listen, I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to be a fire laugh. Speaking about Barcelona, we're going to speak about last season, transfers, Hansi flick, next season. But I'm with my guy in the building, Barca boy. How you doing, my guy?
I'm chilling. Doing very well. Barcelona active in the market. We got the game, of course, tomorrow in the morning. About under 12 hours from now, we'll kick off in our second preseason game. So the vibes are good. Hoping for a big season ahead, but most importantly, a good life to come.
Bro, you know where it is, bro? I don't know where you're located, but bro, for me, I have to wake up at like 3 a.m. for the games because I'm Pacific. I'm West Coast of United States. So, bro, the last watch along was rough, bro. I had to get up at 2:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what time was it for you the last game? And people in the
Uh,
chat also.
so for me, the last game was at 6 a.m. because tomorrow's game is going to be 7, and the last one was an hour later. So I had to wake up at 5 for 6, and tomorrow I'm going to wake up 6 for 7.
Yeah, bro. For me, I'm gonna wake up at 3, bro, because that'll give me like 1 hour, brush my teeth, you know what I'm saying? Maybe use the bathroom, get the live ready, and then we're on here. We're just jumping on just like that. Bro, listen, I mean, I have a question before we get into the topics, right? So I know you've been doing YouTube for a while. Matter of fact, I remember 2 summers ago, I was in a hotel and I was like listening to, I know you do the 30-minute, the Barca and you segments. You know what I'm saying? I used to just be, get my headphones, shoot around basketball, and then, listen to your news recaps. And then now we're on the same platform. That's kind of crazy for me. But I do
Crazy,
want to say
crazy.
it's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. But yo, Barca boy, how long have you been on YouTube and just covering the club in general, bro?
So I started March 2020, which is like I'm past 5 years now. So I'm a bit of an unk. But yeah, I started during COVID and then
Ooh.
kept doing it because I really enjoyed it, and then just kept at it really.
That's crazy, bro. 2020. So it's just been the rough period, basically.
Mm, Pretty much,
Ah,
yeah.
it is what it is, bro. And how long have you been supporting the club in general, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Since like like die hard since like 2008, but I was classified as a Barca fan since like 2006. So what's that like?
2006.
Almost next year will be 20 years. But
Nah,
like
I hear it.
locked in, like hardcore, like probably 15 years.
For real. Okay. For me, it was like 2013, 14 season. So second season, we won the treble. But listen, it is where it is. But guys, big up to everybody in the chat. How long have you guys been a Barcelona fan? Guys, let's make this chat active, bro. If there's a fire chat, I will highlight it. But I do want to move on and actually speak about first. I want to speak about last season, a recap before we get into the transfer window, what we saw preseason, what we're expecting for next season, right? So
Mm-hmm.
last season, I just want to say my opinion and what I saw before giving you the stage, right? So basically, for me, I thought last season when we only signed Dani Olmo, Pau Victor, right? I was like, this is a nightmare window. And then, Jan Laporta, because we didn't get Nico Williams, we
Mm-hmm.
had Dani Olmo, and he wasn't even registered for the first La Liga game. So we technically got nobody. So at that moment, I was like, this is a disaster class of a window, right? And then I was like, I just didn't expect much from the season. But then Barcelona, Hansi Flick just comes through the door, and bro, we legit just start cooking. We cook, bro. Remember that one week we cooked Sevilla, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. I will never forget that week. We walked into the Bernabeu with Inaki Pena in goal, and they held for. Oh, bro, on God, I'm never gonna forget that week. But dude, you had to say last season, and then we ended up winning 3 trophies. Did you expect that last season? I didn't expect it. I was thinking maybe 1 trophy, 2 trophy, but
Yeah.
for me it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I predicted at the beginning of the season. I said if we win more than one trophy, it'll be a miracle. Just because there was no investment being made. Again, we did have a drop off the season, so I didn't expect the season afterwards to be that much. Because remember, every single player played poorly. apart from Gundogan, one of our few summer signings, everyone else was piss poor. But I did have very low expectations. We didn't know how well Yamal would do after his great Euro campaign. Was Lua a year older? Is he gonna hack 20 plus goals
Right.
again? Arujo being injured at the start of the season as well, who was one of our better defenders at the time of going into the season. So everything was really against Flick, and he worked his magic, and things have gone out the way they have, and we had basically a 10 out of 10 season last season.
Yeah, bro. No, remember we wanted a natural CDM. We wanted Nico Williams, didn't get him. On top of that, guys, do you remember Lewandowski, bro? Lewandowski, he looked like he was legit. I thought Lewandowski was washed that second season under Xavi. I was like, oh my God, bro. Like Lewandowski looked, bro, it was spooky. And then Hansi Flick just came in. Everybody just starts playing good. Rafinha, you know what I'm saying? Ferran Torres, even. I don't know your opinion, and in the chat, your guys' opinion about Ferran Torres. I've never really rated him. Like, I always thought that he's been a bit overrated, but under Hansi Flick, bro, he's playing his best football of his career. The guy scored 19 goals, half of them off the bench. I can't hate on Ferran. I have to give him his credit. So Hansi Flick, bro, you're right, bro. He's absolutely worked his magic with the squad. But do you rate Ferran Torres, by the way?
I mean, I rated him when we signed him. He's been a bit meaty at his time. Last season, of course, he was great. He started off the season like with Xavi. He started off really well too. If he can accept, a secondary role, I don't mind keeping him. Of course, there are some interest, that's been brewing for him over the past 24 to 48 hours. But unless someone offers me something where I think yeah, he's worth that, I wouldn't even know. I don't think he's bad enough to push him out, but he's not good enough where I would say he's unsellable. Any decent price I would take for him because he's a bit inconsistent. Yes, off the bench, him and Eric Garcia. Whoa, let's start the campaign going, but. He did, of course, you can't take away his numbers. What was it? 18 goals, 7 assists. That's crazy good,
bro.
Yeah, that's crazy good. So he came up big, and I respect him for it a lot. Hopefully, he can do the same thing this upcoming season. That's where you can really see whether or not it was a blip or if it's on ability.
Oh, facts, bro. Even Rafinha, I'm very interested to see Rafinha this season under Flick because if it's 2 years in a row that Flick's just working his magic with Rafinha and Ferran and all these guys, bro, I've already said Flick was actually my first choice as manager. And if you guys want proof, look at my first YouTube videos. It was when Xavi was announced to leave, and I wanted Hansi Flick as the manager. But even I was surprised. I know, bro, Rafinha. Oh my word, a guy who I actually rated Rafinha before. But I was saying if the right bid comes in from the Premier League, like I remember Tottenham for 70 mil, I was like, yo, if it's 75 million, I would take the bid. And now I'm looking at it, bro, this guy, there's a good chance he's on the Ballon d'Or podium. Like he was that good this season. Hansi, you got to give credit. If all these guys are playing good, Lewandowski, career season at Barca, right? Rafinha, same thing. Ferran, same thing. All these guys, even Pedri, in my opinion, best year of his career, right? So, bro, everybody, Jules Koundé, you have to give credit. Go back to the manager. You got to give him his props. And listen, I'm very excited to see what Hansi Flick's going to bring. But, I mean, what's your overall take on Hansi Flick? And I got 2 more questions for you before we actually go to the transfer window. But what are you saying about Flick, man?
I guess at the time, who did I really want at the time? I wasn't favoring Flick a lot because of his time with Germany. He went into Germany, he left Bayern, he did terribly in Germany. Of course, it was great at Bayern, but from the options we did have, he was quite high on my list. I forget who, because it was Rafa Marquez. I was gonna take
there was
Flick
De Zerbi, I remember.
I was thinking Flick over De Zerbi. There's someone else. Was it like maybe Lucho from PSG?
No, Lucho wasn't that strong. I remember kind of hoping. Bro, I was debating people I'm a hardcore Barca fan. Like, even before this YouTube thing, I've been in group chats on Instagram. I've done it all, bro, legit. So I remember the debates. De Zerbi was in there. I remember the Sociedad manager was an outside shout. There was a lot of guys, bro. I can't remember.
Yes, Emmanuel Guaithil was there too. Klopp was talked about.
Tuchel was there. Tuchel, I remember, was a big name. So
basically everybody was up for grabs. But there was really no one at that time that screamed to me. I just wanted someone with experience because I thought this team was, this team that we have, this core is kind of, young but entering their prime. So we needed a manager that knew it. That was my main thing, an experienced man. I didn't want Emmanuel Guaithil. I didn't want De Zerbi. Didn't want Rafa Marquez. All these young managers. Because we have a young team. The young team needs experience. If you have maybe an older team with veterans, you can maybe bring somebody young. For example, with United, they have a bit of an older squad. Bringing Ruben Amorim, the younger guy, get used to everything, get things going. Then when he has his team, they can fly. We didn't need that. We needed someone with experience. So I was content with Flick. I was content with Flick. I wouldn't say I was gonna, put my life on the line for him to be appointed, but definitely a better appointment than what we were being rumored to, for sure.
Oh no, for sure. Because bro, like, you know what it is with Xavi Hernandez. And listen, Xavi was for the moment. You know what? Xavi, short time, it was an awesome time. Remember with
Were
the
you Xavi
4-0?
out or Xavi in? Sorry to interrupt.
I was a Xavi out. I'm gonna be so real with you. Like, guys, as much as I mess with
Disrespect,
Xavi,
man.
disrespect, guys, is that
Disrespect.
disrespectful? In the chat, is that disrespectful? Because you
No,
know
no.
what
I
it is?
mean, I was
No,
very much Xavi in. I felt like the team was just underperforming, and I think my point is case into what we have this past season. Everyone performed at their level. Of course, Rafinha performed over. Lamine, I would say, performed over. Pedri performed over. But your Koundés, your Baldes, your Kabarsis, your Luas, they all performed at their level. Where last season they were all below par, all below par. So that's why I felt like it wasn't on Xavi. I think every decision he made during the season was spot on. But of course, apart from that Super Cup final highline against Madrid, that was just retarded. But
can
I
I say
think
something real quick? Barca boy,
yeah.
that is the worst game I've ever seen coached, ever in the history of Barca, ever since I became a fan. And ever since that game. And then the PSG game just iced it. I was like, yo, Xavi, you gotta go, bro. You know what it is? Bro, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Mhm.
Xavi, guys, I'm not a Xavi hater. Xavi did a lot of good things. Brought Lamine, brought Kabarsi, brought Fermin. His legacy is actually decent. He won a league title. I've never seen Barcelona legitimately not be the best team in the league and still win the league title. You know what I'm saying? We won
Mhm.
that league through defense and grit. I've never seen that before, right? Xavi Hernandez did good things. The 4-0 era was fire, but dude, I just felt like he was out of his depth when it came to the huge games, and I thought we needed an experienced head, not a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I
Mhm.
was like, yo, the PSG game after Araujo's red card, he goes AWOL. He legit loses his head, gets himself sent off. The team, crumbles too. And I'm like, Xavi Hernandez, as much as I loved you, right, as a player, right, as much as you had your good moments as a manager, I thought it was over. I thought it was the end, and he's too emotional with the team. You know that, so I wanted a different guy like Hansi Flick, or even if it was a Tuchel or Luis, not a Luis Enrique, I guess maybe in the future, but I wanted somebody who just wasn't a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear you for sure. So I'm on the same page.
Yeah. So that was just my opinion with Xavi, bro. He did his thing at the beginning, but I felt like it was a bit overdue and he just had to leave. And you know what? He left at the right time. He left where his legacy wasn't collapsed. People will still remember that La Liga, will still remember that Spanish Super Cup final. Remember we beat Real Madrid 3-1. Beautiful El Clasico, right? So he still has a decent legacy. But I mean, I do want to actually before we move on to the transfer market, what was the highs and like what was the best moment of last season? And in the chat, get involved too. In the chat, right? And also you, right? What was the best and worst moment of last season in your opinion? Just your opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Worst was definitely losing to Atletico Madrid on my birthday. Making the title race, basically gone at that time. Madrid were over jumping us. I would say the best one was definitely Koundé's goal in the Copa del Rey final. I think that's one of the best goals I've ever experienced. Those two are very, very clear for me. I think a lot of people say, maybe other things, other classic goals, which I think I'm on the same page. But that Koundé goal was different level.
Oh, you talking about the Copa del Rey dagger? Oh my
Yeah, Campo
word,
de Reager, yeah.
Jules Koundé, bro! I'm telling you because you know what it is. Jules Koundé might not ever get a moment like that in his Barca career, and that was just sick, bro. To just see a golazo, que golazo. Listen, I don't know much
Mhm.
Spanish, but I do know what that means, bro. Jules Koundé, that was up there, bro. For me, it had to be the Inter game, bro, because you know what it is. People don't realize this, and this is the sad thing. This is the sad truth about the Inter game. If we held on for dear life and just won that game, Barca boy, that would have been one of the historical nights in our history of our club, bro. Imagine coming back from 2-0 away from home, right? Completing the remontada. Rafinha scores in the last minute. It would have been up there with Chelsea. It really would have been because we have a couple, but bro, I think just the way it all ended up, it would have been one of the elite nights of Barcelona's history. And bro, you know the history, bro. Listen, oh my word, bro. I was devastated, bro. How did you react to that Inter Milan just game, bro?
Pretty distraught because you did the comeback, but in the end you didn't. Um, but it was a tough one to take at the time, but I was still very happy what we did in the season. But I just knew if we got to that Champions League final, we were going to win it just because, Champions League final, different perspective. I just backed Barcelona in any final, but it was hard, especially the way we did it, conceding 7 goals to Inter. The first game, I think we should have won 2. So it was, of course, the other defeats that we've had in the Champions League were way, way, way worse. At least in this one, we competed, we were close, especially, conceding in the last second is so annoying as well. It was a tough one to take.
Bro, in my opinion, people always say, is it the worst one ever? And I'm like, the worst one ever is Liverpool for me. I don't think I'm ever going to get past that one. Like, I'm going to be so honest. Liverpool, we had that UCL in the bag. Like, I don't care what anybody says. We're playing against Tottenham Hotspur in the final, right? And you know what it is? At least against Inter Milan, we showed fight. Like, I couldn't say that at Anfield. Like, we showed fight, but dude, you got 4 goals, unanswered. Like, that's disrespectful to the fans. That's unacceptable in every metric. But bro, this game right here, it broke me. But I was like, you know what? At least this team, they got a bit of dog. They got some passion. They got something about them. So I let them slide with it, right? But dude, are you one of the people that are Araujo out? A lot of people, there have been Araujo out ever since that game. And are you one of them, or what do you think about that?
I think this upcoming season is kind of his last chance for me. This is his do or die. Okay, if you're out, I can't really argue against it. The record is not the greatest, but I just think in terms of a 1v1 defender, his pace in the air, he's a very, very rare type of defender where you don't see a bunch of football. Yes, his passing is woeful, but if you notice his passing, what he's been doing since coming back in the team in February, keeping it short, concise, not risking it. He only hoops if he feels under pressure and stuff like that. So he's become more smart. Of course, his ability to do long balls, stuff like that isn't there. But he's someone where I think one more chance. I think with the renewal as well, it's kind of hard to sell him. He had the release clause, the cheap release clause. Nobody came knocking, and that was for a reason because his valuation right now is a bit low after what he did in the big moment, decisive moment, headline moment. But I would give him one more chance. If he does anything again, like Carlos, I'll cut my ties and I'll I will let him go completely. But I still think he has something in him.
You know where it is, bro, guys. And listen, I know, Mark, you're in the chat saying that you don't rate Araujo, but you know where it is? Bro, when Araujo won the La Liga, we already spoke about Xavi's La Liga that he won. Araujo was amazing, bro. Like, I don't think anybody in the world, he was a top 5. He was a top 5 center back in the world, right? At the end of Ronald Koeman and the Xavi Hernandez era. So I'm like, it's just Hansi Flick system. If he can just learn to adapt in the high line, bro, Ronald Araujo, guys, the reason why I'm Ter Stegen out, because he's been washed for this whole decade. He's been washed. But it's different with Ronald Araujo for me because we've seen that defender just 2 years ago. And I'm like, where has he gone? And I think that he just got to adapt, bro. I know a lot of people, they're out on him. And I'm at the point where this is his last year because I can't keep defending this. By the way, I'm a guy who...
For Ter Stegen?
Huh?
For Ter Stegen, you said?
No, I said Ter Stegen. I can't defend Ter Stegen. He's been trashed. He's been trashed for how long, bro? You know what I'm saying? How many big moments does he have in his career? You have to go back to 2017 when he saved like a breakaway against Edison Cavani. That's the last time Ter Stegen has a big moment for Barcelona, really, in the UCL. Bro, Ronald Araujo, in my opinion, dude, just 2 years ago, people were calling him a top 5 center back. Like, I'm not selling, bro. And if I was to sell, I want better offers. What are we going to get for 25 million? So in my opinion, it's his last year of, if he's horrible this year, if he's mediocre this year, I'll cut my ties. I can take the L. I don't mind. I don't love a player more than the club, but I think that there's something in there. There's still a player in there that I'm like, yo, if he gets it right, he's faster than Inigo. He's stronger than Inigo. He's faster and stronger than Kobarsi.
If he could pass, if he could at least have a little bit of range and IQ in terms of his passing, he'd be unbelievable. But that really hinders his game. But he's so elite when it comes to defending and, the mindset of a defender where it makes up for it a little bit. But with passing being so heavily needed in the system that we play, that's why, Inigo's left foot is ridiculous. And that's why, of course, Xavi signed him. That's where his frailties come in a bit. But hopefully, the season with, again, he's going to have preseason. Didn't have preseason last time. He only came back in like December and then was rushed back in the team because Inigo got injured and stuff like that. So preseason, fully fresh, ready to go. Hopefully we'll see a different
And you know
outlook.
where it is, bro. Can I be real? And this is the last thing before we moved on to the transfers, right? My problem with it is that I feel like Barcelona, sometimes our fan base, we're so starved for a UCL that we just make scapegoats. And I think that Ronald Araujo, you can only blame him for 2 of the 7 goals. What happened to the other 5 goals? Nobody talks about. Dani Olmo is one of my favorite players. Bro, he was ghosting. Bro, Dani Olmo had that turnover for the first Lautaro goal in the second leg. Bro, Cabarsi, didn't you learn your lesson against Benfica? You got sent off. He gives away a penalty when we can't have that. Just let the guy take on his weak foot. So I feel like there's so many goals, and then we conceded 3 at home. You know, that's just not acceptable, and that's not on Araujo. So I feel like we still conceded 5 goals without Araujo that nobody wants to talk about. That's why I legit made a YouTube channel for legit moments like these. Hold up. Araujo is the reason why. What happened to the other 5 goals? I'm just asking. Listen. But, I mean, that's just my take on it. I mean, do you agree with that or do you disagree?
Yeah, of course, it's not down to him. The issue is like last second moment, the headline and everything. That's why it's gonna be a bit more hindered, a bit more affected. But you're right. The 3 goals we conceded in the Montjuic game was embarrassing. In the 3 goals that we scored were world class. So it's a bit of a catch and choose situation. Even the penalty we conceded, everything was easily preventable. We of course scored world class goals. Whether it be the Eric Garcia header, the Rafinha goal from the corner, all these things, and all their goals came from stupid mistakes, which was a bit annoying. But yeah, that's why I don't put 100% of the blame on Idaho. I'll give him like a solid like 50-60%.
He does blame. Bro, but like, yo, hold up. Gerard Martin got away with a disaster class defensively.
Yeah, the 2
just
assists.
Because he was crying. Just because he cried. Bro, guys, come on, bro. I'm not an emotional guy. Gerard Martin, you let Dumfries have 2 legacies back-to-back games on you. I'm like, and then you see Dumfries in the UCL final. Couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't beat his man for $1. So it just is what it is, bro. I do want to move on and actually speak about the transfer window because Barcelona, right? We've made 2 signings, actually 3 if you can include Roony Bardghji. But I mean, let's just speak about the transfer window. So basically, right? Joan Garcia, our first transfer, in my opinion, you guys already know my thoughts on Ter Stegen. I feel like I've been the initial Marc-Andre Ter Stegen out guy. I've been wanting this guy out ever since Real Madrid. They won that UCL. Do you remember with Thibaut Courtois was amazing with Benzema that year in 2022? I was like, if Thibaut Courtois can do that to Real Madrid, and then you just compare what we got at Barcelona, it's not fair. It's actually a cheat code. One guy's bailing them out in the biggest games time after time, and then our goalkeeper, he can't make a save. He's frozen. So I've been out for Ter Stegen since 2022. And listen, I think that Joan Garcia was much needed, right? I think that, listen, he has a chance. It's going to be very difficult. Depends if we win. But he's good. I think he can be a legend out at the club, genuinely. But what are you saying before I give more words on Joan Garcia? What are you saying about Joan Garcia, man?
I think he's going to be an absolute revelation, bro. I think this guy's going to come and he's going to define what cooking really means. Like, I am so gassed for him. I think it was a sign that was needed. I think, of course, the plan was to go for a goalkeeper not next summer, but the summer after that in 2027. But Ter Stegen was just so horrendous, inflicted an impact that they advanced it. And of course, Joan Garcia having a great season, fitting the mold, becoming a market opportunity with that release clause as well. Barcelona thankfully took advantage, but I think he's going to be a fantastic keeper. And it's going to be one where it's going to be so impactful and so visible as well.
Yeah, guys. Hey, people, let's try to get to 35 likes ASAP, people. But you know what I'm trying to say, bro? I think Joan Garcia is an immense goalkeeper. You even saw, you did a watch line, so you watched the first game of preseason. We'll probably talk about that at the end. But, bro, do you just see how Joan Garcia, bro, these somewhat semi-difficult saves, he's saving them with ease. Ter Stegen, bro, I remember, bro, and Ter Stegen is the type of guy to make a simple save look very hard. I've seen him do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's time up for Ter Stegen, bro. And Joan Garcia, I think he's going to be good. And I just can't wait, bro. I think Barcelona, we finally got our guy. It's been long overdue. Ter Stegen hasn't been good for at least minimum the last 3 years. And Joan Garcia, amazing season with Espanyol, bro. I saw. Did you see some of the words on Twitter with like the Espanyol, the way that they rate him? They compare him to Lionel Messi. He wins games for us similar to Lionel Messi, just in a different way. With the way that his coach speaks about him, I'm like, yo, when their people are saying that he's their best player, he's the reason why. The way that they celebrate when they avoided relegation, they're carrying this guy, throwing him up in the air. I'm like, dude, I can't wait to see what this guy does at Barcelona, bro. You know what I'm saying, man?
For real, man. I think he's gonna how do I want to word this? I think he's gonna have one of the most underrated impacts we'll see this season from signings.
I said that. You know what I said? People disagreed with me, but I said goalkeeper is the priority before this window. Did I think the club was gonna get it? Not really, to be honest. That was more of just manifesting. But I was saying goalkeeper is absolutely a must. I was like, we have to get a goalkeeper. Otherwise, I can't be confident in the UCL. We saw what Sommer did. We saw what Donnarumma did. So we need a goalkeeper. If Barcelona has 2 brain cells, and thankfully, maybe Deco doesn't have 100 brain cells that work, but he has 2, right? He saw Joan García, he got him. So it is what it is. You know what? I just spoke about Deco. What are you saying about Deco overall before we get to Rashford? What's your take on Deco?
I need to dip for like 3 seconds, but you tell the chat what you think of Deco, and then I'll tell you what I think of Deco. And make sure you make it long as well, because I know you're a Deco outer, so I gotta, do my thing.
Bro, this guy, don't tell me you're Deco in, bro.
Hey,
yo,
it's a mystery. When I come back, I'll tell you.
Yo, big up K9, bro. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely be killing it on YouTube, bro. Yo, big up to you. But you know what I do gotta say? Mark said it for me. Guys, I can't lie. Deco, bro, the way that we went from Lamine, who this guy just finds a way. You know what I'm saying? This guy just finds a way. Bro, everybody was saying Barcelona was broke. And then guess what happens, bro? We signed Lewandowski. We signed Koundé. We signed Rafinha. Bro, he just finds a way. This guy, Deco, will not find a way. This guy's the opposite, bro. And I'm going to be so real with you guys. You know what's the problem? Big up K9. Bro said Deco and brain cells in the same sense. Bro, you know what it is, bro? Dude, we can't even negotiate sales, bro. We get like every 3 weeks, we get one deal happening, bro. Why did Pau Victor take forever? Why did Ansu Fati take forever? In my opinion, bro, Deco just ain't good enough. Get rid of this guy. I said at best case scenario, for Deco himself, if you don't fire him, bro, you got to demote him. Cool, bro. So who cares, bro? He can see talent. Bro, I can see talent too. I'm a streamer. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, bro, just demote Deco at bare minimum, Jan Laporta. Remember, guys, and you know what? I'll just put it in short. Guys, keep it real, all right? Bro, Deco, what is he out of 10? Now, let's start with Jan Laporta. Jan Laporta, for me, I still think he's an 8 or 9 out of 10 president. Hansi Flick, what are you guys saying, chat? I think that he's maybe an 8, 9 out of 10 coach. Easy for me. Actually, 9, 10 out of 10 coach. Bro, now what is Deco out of 10? This guy's a 2 out of 10. Real talk. Why is he at my football club? You know what I'm saying? So, dude, I feel like if you have Lamine, Flick, Jan Laporta, bro, it's serious. And for the people who don't mess with Jan Laporta, this guy, bro, just look what he did to our squad. I saw Serginho Dest. Bro, Barca had a game. I'm not watching. Bro, real talk, guys, it was that bad. We used to play trash football, trash managers, trash players. Laporta came in through the door. Look at our squad. La Masia is flourishing, right? We're getting all these deals. Bro, the Spotify Camp Nou deal is the best marketing deal in history, bro. We got Travis. Everybody's buying, you know what I'm saying, that kit for the one time. Bro, what I'm saying about Deco is that what does he do? What does he do, bro? That's like having your boy. You made it, you know what I'm saying? You made it out. You got some money now. And you just give your boy, you know what I'm saying, jobs for the boys. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I work at the spot. We got a spot open up. Yo, Laporte, I don't know why he's here. Guys, that's just honestly my thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I'm that crazy with it. Real talk. But it is what it is, bro. I think Deco's just got a dip, bro. You know what it is? Bro, we can't sell for shit, bro. Real talk. Bro, I see no names in the Prem. I see Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? They got hella brothers. But, bro, every single one of them, if they sell one of them, it's 35 million. You know what I'm saying? If we sell Pablo Torre, who he's a baller, by the way. He is a baller. Pablo Torre is cold, bro. But he just doesn't play, right? We got 5 million for him. In my opinion, it's just unacceptable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Laporte needs to be transparent and understand Deco may not be that guy. He could drag him down. Bro, I absolutely agree, TRL, bro. Because, like, I'm being I don't even think I'm hating, bro. Because Lamine just find a way, bro. He just found a way. So it just is what it is, bro. Guys, if I speak about Deco and like Ter Stegen for long enough, I just get mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I speak about Ter Stegen, it's always it's the shortest section, always, bro. Because if I speak long enough about Ter Stegen, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna break my monitor. You know what I'm saying? I start getting mad, bro. Same thing with Deco. He's just not fit enough for Barcelona, bro. But it is what it is. But guys, I mean, what are you guys saying about before Barca boy comes back? What are you guys saying about the transfer window? In my opinion, if I'm a rate all our transfers, right, out of 10, right? Rashford, I gotta be real, because of the wages, it's a 7 out of 10. If he was on solid wages, I would say maybe a 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? If for example, who's the other guy? Joan Garcia, easy 10, bro. Easy 10. To stay in the hospital, bro. Do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But Barca boy, now that you're back, bro, and big up my guy Omar BYT for the raid, right? Big up to you all the time. So what are you saying about Deco, bro? You know what I just said? I'll just keep a recap, all right?
Mhm.
I said Jan Laporta, in my opinion, 8.5 out of 10 manager. I mean, 8.5 out of 10 president, in my opinion. Overall, he took his L's. I agree. Laporta's taking his L's. But overall, it's been more dubs than L's, in my opinion. Look at the squad since 2021. Trash. I saw Serginho Dest out on the right wing. Now I see Lamine. Brother, I am thankful for you. You know what I'm saying? No, real talk, bro. Real talk. And then for me, I said that Hansi Flick, 9 or 10 out of 10 manager. Easy. Top 3 manager in the world. Deco, you move on to him. Bro, I'm being so real. I think he's a 3 out of 10. Bro, what does he do good, bro? No, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Yo, this is my last thing. Guys, Barcelona, we're the only club in the world that we celebrate contract renewals. Guys, this is so sad, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We genuinely celebrate these things. And it's like, look what Deco has done to my club, bro. We can't get a signing through the door normally. We can't even get a sale. Listen, I don't know if I'm hating, but, bro, we're the only club, because of Deco, partially, that we celebrate contract renewals as signings, bro. But go ahead, bro. What are you going to say about Deco?
So you said there about Deco that he can't get signings to the door, right? How's that Deco's fault? When we're not in 1-1 rule, we don't have money. He's got nothing to work with. We celebrate contract renewals because we're renewing the contracts of the best players in the world. Pedri, the best midfielder. Lamine, one of the best players, best forwards in the world. Kubarsi, the top center back prospect, probably top 3 center backs in the world. This is why we're celebrating. Did we celebrate, an Indigo renewal? No. Cool. We move on. Did we celebrate a Lua renewal? No. It's cool. We move on. But when it's big players and, top 3 in their positions, you celebrate them. I think Deco, he's had now, 2 summers now? So he's been 3 windows. He's been the sport director. Last summer, the January, then this summer. Every time Barcelona have other priorities, whether it be stadium, stuff outside the club, outside the transfer market, should I say. I think we really haven't seen Deco in action per se, because he's had so many constraints. Don't forget, he's the one that built this squad that we currently have now alongside Flick and Laporta. I think Laporta has been a 10 out of 10. I know he's done, for me, there's 3 things that I didn't like about Laporta. The way he treated the Messi exit was not his fault whatsoever. Just the way he handled it, I didn't like.
No, real quick. That's the only one that I let him slide, by the way. That's the only L that I let him. Bro, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually shocked that you mess with Deco, like, a bit.
I don't mess with him. I'm not gonna down the Deco hill, but I'm just saying that everyone's saying Deco out and this and that. You have to put, stuff into perspective. He's the one that goes and negotiates and gets deals done and maybe presents stuff. It's maybe Laporta that brings a name up. Rafael Uste, Alejandro Echeverri, Juan Soleri, Enrique Massi. There's so many people that are around that can make these kind of decisions, where Deco's main job is just to go out there and execute, really. So that's why I'm saying that it's a bit like, Barcelona can only sign 2 players. Boom, goalkeeper, boom, left winger are done before the season starts, which I would have taken at the beginning of the summer. So I think the only way to judge him is, when we have full freedom to see how he works. For example, like Mateo Alemán, in that economic lever summer, he had full freedom. We just sold half the club's future assets, cook, and he cooked. So, Deco's hasn't really had that. And on Laporta, I think his 3 mistakes were Messi, the way he left, the way he handled Xavi. Now I would say recently as well with the stadium announcement. Those are the 3 things and maybe the Alonso renewal as well. But I think that was already kind of pre-agreed. But those 3 things for me are the 3 L's that he's taken, but not enough for me to break him down from a 10 out of 10
Okay, hold on,
to a 9
hold
out
on.
of 10.
Okay, hold on. Real talk, all right? Bro, this is the same guy that he chased Nico Williams all of last summer, bro. We left with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Nico Williams did not join us because of registration, which is not Deco's fault. Remember, last summer and this summer as well, we agreed full personal terms with Nico Williams.
Why would, bro, last summer did we? Did we agree with him last summer?
So we agreed full terms. He started talking to his family that he wanted guarantees for registration. We said, oh, we can't give you guarantees, but we will definitely, register you. Just trust us. And he said basically no twice.
Bro, but you know where it is, bro? Lamine, bro, he just did stuff different, bro. Listen, I know he was the levers, bro. We just found a way.
Hear me out. The levers not my point. My point is he had, you want to do what you want to do, go ahead. Where Deco was like, oh, watch out for FFP, registration this. We don't have too much liquid cash. Oh, the team doesn't need this specifically, that specifically. There's so many criteria that he had to follow. Mateo's and a month like, yo, this squad is shit. Just
okay, something. Hold on. No, this is a fire comment. Bro, okay, if we have FFP, right? Why are we chasing Luis Diaz? Why is this guy acting like Luis Diaz is a 10 out of 10, bro? Like, why, bro? I mean, I actually, no, hold up. I know I didn't expect, to be honest, right? But to be honest, bro, why is he chasing Luis Diaz? Like, I thought we were broke, to put it short. Like, why are we chasing Luis Diaz? You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
I hear you, but the reason why he's chasing Diaz is because he's one of the best left wingers in the world. Had a great season with Liverpool. He's a good player, and he wanted him. 60 million is a fair. Did we sign him for 75 million? As soon as Liverpool said 75, we walked away. We're not stupid.
All right, fair
he
enough.
wanted to get him for 60 million as a package, which probably means like 50 fixed, 10 in variables, whatever it may be. That was the price that he felt that was fair for his ability to come to Barcelona. In the end, they didn't agree for it, and they walked away. Like if you wanted Luis Diaz for the same price as Nico Williams, pretty much.
Yeah, but bro,
if he's out here dropping 80 million euro bids for Luis Diaz and we end up signing him, 100% on Deco. Idiot move unless Luis Diaz flies and gets, a Ballon d'Or season like Rafinha. 100% an idiot move. But when Liverpool say we want 80 and we say we want to give you 55, 60 max, they say no, we say okay, bye. If Deco thinks he's the best, of course we'll never see if he's the best or not, but he didn't do anything that's out of constraint. Luis Diaz had a great season with Liverpool. He's very versatile as well. And imagine what Flick can do with him as well, making him take that extra step, an extra level forward, being in a team that he wants to be in, being a Barcelona fan. All these things are added incentives. But Deco never overpaid. And hell, he didn't even overbid. He could have said, oh, okay, you won't take our 60 valuation. Okay, we'll give you maybe 65, 70, but that's as far as we'll go. He said 60. Nope. They said, okay, Rashford, let's get things cracking.
You know where it is, bro? You know where it is. Honestly, I feel like Deco, right? I just feel like there's just meat left on the bone, bro. That he could definitely do more. That's just, I don't know if, listen, I'm not in the board. I'm not Deco. I don't got his job. But I feel like, yo, you could definitely be doing more because, dude, let's be honest, Barca boy. You definitely were disappointed with last window with like how it went. Like we only got Dani Olmo. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, really, because Palvik, I'm not counting that. We only got Dani Olmo. I was disappointed for what we were going to get. And then even this window, I'm not disappointed.
We were doing the whole summer in the 1-3 rule, which means for every 100 million you earn, you could only spend 25. He could not do anything. And it's not on him the club was broke, that they don't have the necessary requirements to return to the 1 rule, the Nike deal dragged on because we wanted to get the best deal possible. This is not on Deco.
You know what? Once we get to the 1-to-1, I'll be more critical of Deco. Because
we have to be careful now because now our squad is, the squad only needs maybe I would say 2 to 3 signs at the most for it to be 10 out of 10. Maybe a striker next season.
Is that crazy to say that? I just feel like Deco could still be doing more. Like look at the way that we sell. We sold Pablo Torre for legit a nickel, like 5 million euros.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
As you said, you've been a Barca fan since 2013, right? Yeah. What's the most expensive sale apart from Neymar that you've seen? Malcolm for 40 million.
Probably something like 35, 40 million. Yeah.
We don't sell. Wolves were drunk when they bid 30 million for Wolves for Semedo. Zenit overpaid for Brazilian. The Chinese league came back in for Paulinho. Barcelona don't sell well, but look at all the best clubs. Look at all the top clubs in the world. Look at Madrid's. No top club sells well because you're the top clubs. You're attracting players. So you're not going to get rid of players for that same valuation. Like Pablo Torre for me is probably I would say valued at 20 million. We sold him for 5. We invested 5 and we sold him for 5. And we also have a lot of rotation in his future, a buyback option, a percent of a future sale as well. These percent of future sales that we've done have been fantastic. Todibo is a great example. Selling him for 5, he got sold to West Ham for 40. We got another 8 on top of that. We only invested 1 or 2 million in him in that 2019 January transfer window. This is what big clubs do, because they can't go out there and demand 20 million for Paulo Torre, because no one's going to pay it, because he's already a French player who barely plays and is begging for a move out.
Come on. Okay, you know what? I don't really want to talk about Deco forever. I want to quickly speak about other things. But what I will say is that I just feel like, to put it in short, I think he could be doing more. I don't think that's too crazy to say. Especially,
it's not too crazy. It's not too crazy.
I'm not saying 5 million for Torre, but can we get like 12? Like what we got a lot for Pal Victor, in my opinion. That was a solid deal.
Yeah,
we're getting like.
But remember that I think what helped with that is that Barcelona were so firm, because they owed a lot of a transfer fee to Girona. So that's why their price was so. I remember the reports were like, Barcelona went around 10, they got 12. So that's a good deal. But again, that's a Portuguese club, so you have to kind of hope that someone comes in. Look at Naki Pena, for example. Yeah. At this point, I was saying if we can get 10 million, 5 million for him, that'd be great. At this point, we're probably losing for nothing, because we're now 1 month away. We have him on a big wage, and we just want to get rid of him at this point. So we're going to be at a point where we're probably going to sell him, but have him a buyback option, percent of future sale, all that jibber jabber, because we don't have leverage. That's what I'm looking for. When Barcelona sell, there's no leverage. Unless we're selling, a Rafinha in his prime, or an Olmo in his prime, or stuff like that, we have no leverage, because we're the big club trying to get rid of fringe players to make money and room for better players than them, essentially.
I hear it, bro. But you know what? Let's actually move on to just preseason. I want to speak about preseason, then probably expectations, right? So preseason so far, one thing that you said, right, was basically look at the squad right now. In my opinion, right, and I don't want to move this back to Deco, right? I feel like La Masia has genuinely carried Barcelona through this tough period. Like, I don't even think it's a Deco thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that La Masia has just been great. Look, we're even seeing Dro. We're seeing Joffrey, right? In the past, we've seen Fermin, break out in a preseason. Lamine Yamal cook in a preseason. We've seen so many guys. Pau Barca, he came through midseason. So I'm like, I think La Masia is looking good. And preseason, you watched the game, right? You watched the game. You did a watch along for it. In my opinion, I can't wait for the next game, because for me, this preseason, I just can't wait to see who's going to be the next Fermin Lopez. Are we going to get one? Even if it's just Joffrey and Roony Bardghji, I would take that. I've seen some reports with Dro, right? He might have Big B in between the first team and the second team. But, I mean, what are you saying about preseason? Are you excited for it? What's your expectations? I mean, what are you trying to see, bro?
Just trying to see the players get fully fit, especially after last season. Now they're used to Flick, and a lot of the players that were in at the beginning of last season, Araujo, Gavi, Frenkie de Jong, these are going to be not new signings, but they're going to be a better version of themselves than what we saw from last season. And look how big of impacts they had. Preseason is always fun as well, just to watch Barcelona ball and not really care about the result whatsoever. Like the last few games of the season when we've already won the league, so I enjoyed that too, watching, because I'm always stressed watching Barcelona because I want us to win. So the fact that I can enjoy it and we don't have to win, it's always great. Like even when we conceded against Vissel Kobe the other day, I'm just there like calm. I don't really care. But yeah, see, I really want to see the Fernandez twins tomorrow, cousins. Maybe Hector Fort. I really do rate Hector Fort, but yeah, it's just all about really seeing the players and getting up to match rhythm and sharpness.
What are you saying about Rashford, though? Do you think that's a good signing? Because for me, I think the loan was solid, right? Of course, I already said the finances definitely could have been better, right? But I think that he's actually going to do well. I know Nico Williams. Listen, Nico Williams is dead to me, bro. Nico Williams, I never want, bro. You understand? I never, bro. I don't know how you guys reacted in the chat and YouTube, but bro, I never listen.
Hold on, wait. Well, I got people in the chat telling me Hector Fort is ass. Hector Fort is a talent and a half. The problem is his attitude sucks. Coming in late for preseason and all that. Hector Fort is a brilliant talent. And he's probably the best fullback talent that I've seen at the club since probably my life. He's probably the best fullback I've seen us produce. Because of course, Jordi Alba, we went and bought him back and stuff like that. Unless I'm missing someone. Balde, of course.
To be fair with Fort, what I will say, right, and listen, the chat disagree with that, but I think he should be sold. I think Hector Fort, I think he was good under Xavi. If I'm being really fair, in my opinion, he was way better under Xavi than Flick. Under Flick, I just don't think the Highland suits him. He's not really an athlete, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't think there's, bro. I don't think Flick really rates him, bro. This guy's
I
been
don't think
late to
Flick rates him
training.
either. Yeah.
I don't think Flick likes him, bro. Do you remember, guys? You guys probably don't even remember because, bro, with me as a fan and a content creator, I don't really forget things. I always remember. I put a note in my brain, right? Do you remember when we lost to Las Palmas at home? It was an early kickoff game. I remember Hector Fort wasn't good at that game, and ever since Hansi Flick just never really played him, and he's been late to training a couple times. I don't think he understands the Highland as much as the other defenders. Him, Araujo, they don't really get it as much. So I don't think, bro, I would just cut my losses. I would take like 9 million for him, and I would just be like, yo, you're good under Xavi. You're just not gonna work out under Flick.
I'd loan him, man. I think he's a talent. I really do.
Wait, but what do you see? He's decent on the ball, but that's about it.
I think he's a good 1v1 defender as well. I think his movement's fantastic, reading of the game, finding pockets of space. Even if you like you mentioned, you remember games a lot because you do content. Same with me. You remember the Mallorca game that we won 1-0 with the Denny Olmo goal right after halftime? He played really good that game, even though he had not much more of a match for them sharpness. He's more of an IG model, says Mark. That's true as well. For marketing, he'll be great with his looks. So it's always he comes like a total package.
I don't care. Bro, you could be the ugliest man on earth, bro. Genuinely, bro. Like I don't care.
No, but for real, real talk, I do think he has. I'm not saying he's a best right fullback in the world out, down a hill for him, but I think he's a real talent. Just needs the right environment and nurturement. I think he can really become a player.
No, but that's the thing. But dude, this is my thing. That's why I said I think Flick's gonna be here for at least 2-3 more years. I don't think you're gonna fit. You know what I'm saying? I think, just cut your losses. Like sayonara, bro. We gonna see you, right? You were a solid player under Xavi. I would take, bro. I don't hate Hector Fort. I think if Xavi was here, if we're more of a possession team, under Hansi Flick, we're so direct. I just think we would have seen a lot better of Fort. But just the way how it is, I would be cool with him dipping. But what are you saying about Rashford? Because I said, I told you, Nico Williams, I never want to hear his name again. Bro, I want a Rashford. Bro, people think about the El Clasico. These Madrid fans are talking about Rashford. Bro, you guys are thinking about the El Clasico. I'm thinking about Athletic Bilbao. I can't wait for Rashford to score against Bilbao. I need it. Barca boy, I need it, bro. What do you say about Rashford overall? I think he does well, to be honest. Bro.
I would cut off my finger for a Rashford hat trick at this MMS. I would do any. Oh my god!
He needs to do what Rafinha did and legit celebrate on their end in front of their. Remember when we won that La Liga under Xavi and Rafinha went to their fans and stuff? I need that, bro. I legit need that, bro. That means more than a trophy. But I mean, what are you saying overall for Rashford? Like, do you think he's gonna do well? What you saying about him?
It's a low risk signing, of course. You're getting him on loan. You're paying a hefty part of his wage, which I wasn't too keen about, but it's a risk.
Yeah, it is.
I like the profile. He hasn't played on the left wing for 2 years. He played up front for Villa and United for the past 2, so I don't know if he's going to be, rusty. He's been saying in the media, I love playing as a striker. I'm more of a 9 now than I am a winger, so I don't know. But the profile is good. It's just now about to how we see things happening. He won't be a starter. I guarantee you he won't start in the first few months of the season unless we have injuries. But it's going to come down to him impressing Flick and him having his right attitude. I don't want to see no reports of him drinking before and after games and coming late and this and that. But good player. The profile fits to what we need. It's just now down to the roads all lining up into the result on the pitch.
Yeah, bro, dude, I think honestly, we've already seen some signs in preseason. Like, I think that Rashford's going to do well. Like, I don't think he's going to bang out and score 25, 30 goals. No, I don't think that. But I think he can score like 16 goals. I don't think that's that crazy, bro. We're already
all season or just in La Liga?
All comps. Like, I'm gonna be realistic. I could see 16 goals, all comps. Maybe he can get like I said, if he gets over 20 GA, it's a solid loan. It just is. You know what I'm saying?
I'd buy him if he gets over 20 GA. Buy him.
Like, ideally, if he gets like 23 GA, all comps, I'll take that, bro. Because you're gonna be starting off the bench. I think, by the way, it's a hot take. I think he's gonna actually be a starter eventually. Like, I really do think so. You know what I'm saying? No, or you think it's crazy, bro?
I don't think it's crazy, but I disagree.
Let me just say
it really depends on Olmo. If Olmo stays fit and hopefully he has like a pedigree, fitness run, there's no way he gets in. The only way he gets is if Olmo gets injured, then we move Rafinha in the middle, then him on the left. That's the only way I think he gets in.
Hold up.
Based on like, yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think Lewandowski's gonna be an automatic starter. I think the only confirmed perennial starters for sure, I've said it time and time again, are Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. Everybody else, they're just a tier below. So Lamine and Rafinha are starting. I think Olmo, Lewandowski, right? Rashford, and even if Ferron's in top form, you could throw him in, right? I think that, those guys, it could be any of them. And for me, I would love to see Lamine Yamal, right? Rafinha, Dani Olmo, and Marcus Rashford. Just any way you put it. You know what I'm saying? I think that has the most potential. But I mean, what are you saying, bro? What do you think is gonna happen, bro, with that?
Yeah, I don't think Rashford will start. I don't even think he'll use him as a 9 because Fran Torres did that role so well last season, like we talked about earlier. Unless Fran has a big drop off, then we try him up front. But almost so fucking good, man. Almost so good in the 10. He's the best. He's the best 10 in the world. Like, honestly, like, he's movement, reading of the game, the drop of the shoulder, the shot from distance, the intricate play is just
so good. Yo, so, can I say this, bro? Bro, I have to say it. The Dani Olmo disrespect. I know you see it too because you're a content creator. Bro, what is wrong with our fan base? We finally got a number 10 that helps us against low blocks, and they disrespect this guy. Like, I love Fermin, but bro, come on, bro. You know how disrespectful it is to say Fermin's already better than Olmo? Like, bro, are you serious, bro? Like, Dani Olmo, people are saying sell him. I'm seeing so many things. Bro, do people remember all the clutch moments Dani Olmo had on his debut? You know what I'm saying? Remember, what game was it, bro? Las Palmas. Do you remember that goal? Las Palmas away. He did like a body feint. You know what I'm saying? Left-footed, off the crossbar and in. We won the game. Bro, there's so many games in these 1-0, 2-0s that our fan base, I just have to say it, I think our fan base are just reactionary. Yeah, he gets injured, but bro, I'm going to tell you this. The 32 games that Dani Olmo plays are the best 32 games. That Barca, bro, we hit 5, 6, 7s with Dani Olmo in the lineup. I've never seen us. Low blocks are actually not as difficult as it used to be. People are disrespecting Olmo. And, bro, every time we speak about Olmo, I just have to say it. But would you agree with that, bro?
100%.
Quality player, bro. So underrated, bro. People are saying that he's a flop. Crazy, bro. What are they watching, bro? Real talk, bro. It doesn't even make sense. But, yo, I think the last topic, because I do know you have to jail. I'll probably speak with the chat, right? The last topic, bro, is just expectations for the season, bro. Like, real quick, what are you expecting from the season, right? Last season, we didn't expect much, but this season, different, off of domestic treble. What are you saying for this season, bro?
Pending we don't sign and make any other movements in the market, I would say winning 2 out of 3 trophies and pushing for the Champions League. I would say at least win 2 trophies and at least get, I can't really say at least semifinal of the Champions League, but I'll say at least quarterfinals because it depends on your run and stuff like that. But if we get 2 trophies, any 2 of the 4, hopefully one of La Liga or Champions League would be nice, and then a deep run in the Champions League, I'll take it. Of course, the ultimate dream is to win the Champions League. I'll get 10th in La Liga and, knock out the Copa del Rey first round 32 for a Champions League win. That's the ultimate dream. Of course, the team should be pushing for a quadruple. The priority will be a quadruple, but that can never, ever be the expectation. But 2 out of 4 trophies, one of them being the La Liga, the Champions League, deep run in the Champions League. That for me is a successful season.
So, bro, okay, but I mean, a lot of Barca fans, they're gonna say UCL. I mean, do you think that's crazy? Like, is it UCL or bust for Barca? Like, it doesn't matter because, can I just say this real quick? Yeah, we had a great season. We actually had a great season, and people are still saying that it was a bit subpar just because we didn't win the UCL. I feel like the fan base is just starving for a UCL at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're starving for one, but I wouldn't say we have to win it. Like, it's do or bust.
So you don't think so at this point, bro? But
you can never say you have to win the Champions League. Everyone knows that this season we're gonna go for it. That's gonna be.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, but you can't say, oh, if you don't win the Champions League, this whole season is gonna be a failure. Because last season we didn't win the Champions League, and everyone still says last season was a 10 out of 10. So
I know, but some people were reactionary at the time. They're
definitely like, if we do exactly what we did last season, this upcoming season, people will be disappointed. Probably me included. I'll probably say the season is going to be a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10. But there's no taking away from it.
Can I say this? It's actually not, bro. As much as I need the UCL, technically, if you look at the timeline, it's not. It's not UCL or bust, technically. When we had Messi the last couple years, from like 17 to 19, 2017 to 2019, I thought those years were UCL or bust. Aging squad, you have to get it done, barely any chances, and you flopped against Roma, you flopped against Liverpool. I thought that was UCL or bust. This team, you lose Pedri's 24. Like, it's not the end of the world, but I need it. You know what I'm saying? I need it. I need us to win the 6th, bro. It's been a long time, bro. But, yo, whenever you got a jet, bro, just you know what I'm saying? I'm
All
gonna
right,
kick with the chat.
all right. I'll jet now then.
All right, yo. Hey,
Appreciate the
yo.
invite. We'll definitely do it on my channel. I'll definitely be back here too, and let's hope we get the 6 because you've
I'll
seen only
try to
one
get you
UCL.
on. Maybe.
I've seen a couple, so you gotta get more
Yeah.
under your belt.
Good luck. You're more than me. But hey, yo, I'll try to bring you on. Maybe an international break. You know what I'm saying? September, October,
For
November.
sure.
Maybe then, right? If you're free. So, yo, big up to Barca boy, guys. Spam W in the chat, even if you disagree with the Deco opinion. Were you not entertained? And by the
No,
way,
I don't let that go opinion. Allow it.
yo, come on, bro. Yeah, I can't lie, bro. Yo, that Hector Fort take, bro. Yo, bro, like it's kind of spooky, bro. Just because
When
he
Hector
looks like
Forrest
the
starting
brother
for
looks
Barcelona in
good.
3 years, you'll come remember this clip.
Okay, you know what? Hey, you know what? That's me with Araujo. I'm like, yo, don't give on him up on him yet. So I feel like everybody has a take like that. Yo, if you got a jet though, I'm gonna kick it with the chat for a bit. So
All right, peace out, boys. Appreciate it. See you in the next
yeah,
one.
yeah. Hey, yo, big up Barca boy all the time, bro. Hold on, let me do this real quick, guys. Yo, big up to the chat, bro. What you guys saying, bro? Listen, guys. You know what? At the end of the day, I do have to say, big up to all you guys. Smash up the likes, subscribe, because this would have never been possible if it wasn't for the chat. If you guys didn't mess with my content, because now I could collab with a guy like Barca boy, a guy that I remember probably 2-3 years ago. I remember in this exact house. Can you guys believe it? That legit, bro, I used to live here. We had to get kicked out for a whole month, right? Because we had a problem with the ceiling, right? It's an apartment. It had like mold on the ceiling. We were kicked out for like a month. Bro, I went to the hotel. I used to listen to this guy talk about Barca, the Barca news recaps. He does it for like 30 minutes. Bro, I used to just hoop, shoot around, play basketball, right? It's the summer, right? And then, bro, now I have the ability to collab with him. It's crazy, bro. Like, guys, never give up in life. Never, ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be complacent, bro. Real talk. You could do anything you want, bro. It's genuinely crazy. Yo, big up my guy, Pierre. Big up D-Money. Y'all are saying W stream. Guys, by the way, I do have to announce it, bro. I'm doing a watch along for the game. Legit, bro. I'm probably going to sleep in like 4 hours from now. Probably sleeping like for 5 hours only. And then, bro, we're on to the watch along, bro. Just another day, just like that. But yo, W community, bro. How's the AC? It's solid today, bro. How's the AC? It's solid today, bro. We need more Barca content creators, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't ask for much, and yeah, we do actually. But because if you guys compare the Barcelona community to like a Man United community, guys, Man United has so many content creators. You see panel shows, you see all these cool link ups. It's awesome for the Premier League fans. These guys, they're all eating. Barcelona, right? How many content creators do we have? We have, let's be real, like I'm not gonna call out anybody. I don't want no beef on YouTube, guys, but right, we have Talk FCB. He's big, he's faceless, right? He's a solid YouTuber though, enthusiastic. We have Barca Media. We have, who else do we have? Guys, throw some in the chat. We have Barca News. Like, I feel like that we don't have enough collabs. Like it's like everybody's doing their own thing. If we had a community like Man United, for example, as trash as their football club, that would be fire. You know what I'm saying? Michi, exactly. K9. But technically, bro, these guys, even though K9 and Michi, they are on the come up. They are blowing up right now. I'm really on the come up. These guys, like Talk FCB, he's a different level. Papillon. Yo, Papillon is hilarious, bro. Real talk, guys. I was eating Chick-fil-A the other day. For all the Americans, you guys know what Chick-fil-A is, bro. I was eating Chick-fil-A, bro. And I was listening to Papillon. Yo, this guy, every 3 minutes, I was laughing, bro. I can't even take this guy seriously, bro. This guy said, yo, let's what's it called? Go to Newcastle. Let's get Isak. You know what I'm saying? And then let's give them Lewandowski. I was dying. I was like, yo, you think they want Unk? Gramps Lewandowski. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, Michi's solid, bro. Michi is solid. You should try to get Michi. Bro, at the end of the day, you guys need to realize something. Everybody be saying, yo, get this guy on. Get this guy on. Bro, collabs are not as easy as you think, guys. You know what I'm saying? Bro, should you start a channel? It's hard. It's very hard. But if you're dedicated and you generally are going to always be here, if you have a job, by the way, it's very hard too. Like I'm working part-time. This is why I'm able to stream that much. But once I'm working full-time, it's going to be harder. But what I do have to say is it's actually hard to get collabs on here, bro. It's pretty difficult, bro. Right? Why should they? There's not really an incentive unless if they mess with you. Like Barca Boy, for example, he messes with me, so he'll come on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bit difficult, bro. And also, they don't really have an incentive. They're just coming on for vibes, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We're making the mistake not signing right back. Bro, listen, enough with the Barca yap. Guys, if you guys want to talk about Barca, come on early to the watch. I'm going to start 30 minutes before the game starts. Y'all already know, bro. Let me get to the chat before I dip. Robbie Lou. Guys, Robbie Lou is pretty solid, bro. He is pretty solid. I can't lie. His content slaps. I can't lie. I don't even know where he's from, but that guy is solid, bro. I mean, I think there's one on you. Who's that guy on Twitter? He's massive on Twitter, guys. Who's that guy on Twitter? He's massive, bro. His tweets always blow up on about Barcelona, but I forgot his name, bro. Not G-Rep, bro. It's somebody else, bro. It's not Coach Ali, guys. It's somebody else, bro. I think he's Australian, bro. He's Australian. He's on Twitter. And the guy, whenever he tweets about Barca, Neil Garner. How could I forget? Bro, that guy, listen, we got to bring him on, bro. I saw something on Twitter said, yo, inquiries, you know what I'm saying? If you ever want to collab, bro, listen, bro, I might have to slide into DMs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but not like that, guys. Y'all know that I don't swing that way, bro. I do not swing like, bro, I do not, bro. Trust me. But it is what, yo, big up Reha, bro. Yeah, bro. Yo, Mark, absolute facts, bro. The Barcelona fan base, we do got to grow, bro. But, yeah, bro. Yeah, you mess with all of them, bro. I do too, bro. I can't lie. But, I mean, who do you guys watch? Before we dip, right? Before we dip, we'll probably go 2 more minutes reading the chat. Yo, kicking it with you guys is always a W, bro. I can't even lie. W community, it's growing. Guys, are you not entertained? Smash up the likes and subscribe. How are you not entertained, bro? I give you Barca news, not even news, bro. I thought be original. I'm going to give you my thoughts to Barca news, right? We got solid lives. We got watch-alongs. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, listen, how are you not entertained? This live, by the way, one of the quickest ones that it just felt like it flew by. But big up to you guys. Neil, he does not do YouTube. Exactly. He doesn't do YouTube. But I seen someone on Twitter, bro. But it is what it is. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts pure. But yeah, it's crazy, bro. Now I was just saying, I wasn't saying it was G-Ret. I was fair enough. Big up to you, bro. Big up. I hear it, bro. Jonas, what is it like being on Carnage's calls? I can't stand listening to, bro. You know what it is? My guy Carnage is actually, I think you guys would all mess with him off camera. Like, this guy's actually a chill guy. He's very chill, down to earth. You know what it is? Carnage gave me an opportunity to expand a bit. Some of you guys know me because of Carnage. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, regardless of his takes, and I tell him off stream, on stream, I got his number. I'd be like, yo, Carnage, your takes are trash, bro. At best, it's hit or miss. But I do mess with him as a person, as a content creator. He is entertaining. You can't tell me that he isn't. And I'm trying to get to that level. I'm not going to lie. But once again, it's not possible without you guys, bro. So big up to everybody in the chat. Smash up the likes. Bro, I'm trying to build the community. So big up to y'all, bro. At the end of the day. Mo, bro, from Barca News, I believe. He's solid. He's one of the, bro, I think he's in the top 3 because he does do streaming too. For me, my favorites, I think Barca News is up there, right? I mean, I don't know who else. Maybe Talk FCB has to be there just because of longevity, bro. This guy's like LeBron, bro. He's been there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? This guy's still, bro. He's the true unk, bro. He's been doing this YouTube thing since like 2014. So, I mean, he's definitely up there, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. Yeah, Carnage is definitely entertaining, bro. Bro, how do I stand it? It's a rage bait, bro. Carnage is the GOAT. I always say, Carnage, you are the GOAT rage baiter, bro. You know how to just boil everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This guy's just a GOAT rage baiter. I can't say it any other way. So it is what it is. But let me read up this chat before I smash. You know what I'm saying? I get up out of here, bro. Big up, by the way, Marlon. Right? Talk FCB is my GOAT. Talk FCB is just the biggest by far, bro. If he did more in-face podcastings, that would slap though. Barca Media, he saw it too. He commented on one of my videos before, by the way, which is crazy. Checks all those. Yeah, I hear it, bro. But guys, you know what? Big up to y'all. Bro, be on that watch along, bro. We're going to be here in legit like 8 hours. Guys, I'm going to be up at like 3:30 a.m. to do this watch along. Y'all pull through if you're free for sure, right? I'll see y'all. I think, yo, guys, spam W stream in the chat, bro. Absolute W stream. We got Barca Boy on. Fire talk. Hector 4 opinion. Moving zesty, I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? The Deco opinion. I don't know about that, but to be fair, it was a solid live. So big up to all y'all. Smash up the likes. Stay safe, people. And you know what? I'll see y'all soon, bro. Peace. Visca Barca. You know what I'm saying?